problem, as I see it, is that there are plenty of people, I'm 50, who look back, and I started using, I was 16, almost 17, but started drinking at that point. Well, for those who know me, they would say, oh, well, he's gainfully employed, and good guy, goes to church and volunteers on all kinds of committees, and they would say, yeah, he turned out okay. Well, I would submit to you that statistically, there are two huge elephants in the room. One is a family propensity to alcoholism. My father was alcoholic. My grandfather was alcoholic. My other grandfather abused alcohol. Statistically, a kid that is a child of alcoholism, okay, is 5 times more likely, if they binge in their teens, okay, which I did, if they binge in their teens, by the time they're 30, they will have suffered, they're 5 times more likely to have suffered a major negative consequence. Well, what is that? It can be any number of things. I made it to 31 before I got drunk and rolled my car, okay? And I was in the hospital in McHenry, and this was a different day and a different time. It was 3 weeks after I got married to the little short Italian chick back there. And they were stitching me up in the hospital, and the McHenry cop, and you sat next to me while I got stitched up, came over, and as they were doing the Raggedy Andy thing on my shoulder, said, listen, you know, and I know that you were drunk, but you didn't really get hurt. You didn't hurt anybody else. You know, you only damaged your car. And he let me off. I was 31 years old. And when I do occasionally talk to focus groups with kids, and they look and they see this guy, you know, dressed like, you know, Mr. Straight-Laced or whatever, I often tell them, you know what? In high school, I took my ACT and I scored very highly with it. And I was hungover when I took my SAT. And the school I wanted to go to didn't accept the ACT. It's a little thing, but maybe it's a big thing. And maybe you think you turned out well, and you think you turned out okay. But you can rest assured that my kids know that there is alcoholism in the family, that there are bad decisions that are made. And looking back in the rearview mirror of the fact that we all here, and I'm guessing, got through the gauntlet, and we just turned out fine, well, just because we did doesn't mean we necessarily have to subject our kids to that same gauntlet, okay, because the odds are stacked against them.